The bitter ex-husband allegedly sets former wife's home ablaze. Shocking vengeance unfolded in the early hours of New Year's Day when a bitter ex-husband allegedly set ablaze the home of 55-year-old Tina Uyi, an Italy-based businesswoman. The harrowing incident occurred in EDO, one winner near Oluku of their northeast local government area of Edo State. Tina, who had returned to Nigeria just a day earlier, was awakened by a loud, menacing bang on her windows. Peering into the darkness, she discovered her ex-husband, Osaro Ahunwa, furiously demanding entry into her home. Sources revealed Tina firmly refused him access, citing their separation and the return of the bride price as far back as April 2024. Enraged, Osaro allegedly issued a chilling threat to burn down the apartment with everyone inside. Despite Tina's desperate pleas, Osaro reportedly shattered her windows, drenched the apartment in petrol, and set it ablaze. The fire quickly consumed the building, leaving Tina and her elderly parents trapped inside of it. Neighbors acting swiftly rescued Tina's non-Nigerian parents from the flames, but the inferno destroyed the apartment. Tina reportedly lost a significant sum of money in naira and foreign currencies, along with packages from Italy intended for her loved ones in Nigeria. Firefighters from the Edo State Fire Service battled the blaze, eventually extinguishing it after it had caused extensive damage. In a shocking twist, police arrested Osaru alongside Tina's older brother, Odaru Oviarobo. Reports indicate that Osaru confessed that Odaru had provided him with detailed information about Tina's return to Nigeria. Edo State Police Public Relations Officer CSP Moses Yamu confirmed the incident, stating investigations are ongoing to uncover the full extent of the conspiracy. Now, I really don't know what to say about this story, sir, because I mean, the story says that the man is her ex-husband, so that means they are no longer together. But then, why do you think he would go ahead to burn down the woman's house, even with people inside the house?
Vengeance, bitter loser, aggrieved. Maybe I dare say satanic, because I mean, yeah, whatever grievance he had against her, maybe he felt he was not properly treated. There are means of resolving the issues other than taking laws into your own hands. Yes. There is the customary system, the traditional system. There's even the customary court system. There's of course the modern court system, which would have employed any of these conventional approaches to resolving issues. I mean, and looking at what has happened, what he did, one is forced to feel like, or to even boldly say that it was only good that the marriage was dissolved, ab initio. A man who could do this obviously is a violent man, and who knows how the marriage went before it was dissolved. Then to the brother who allegedly provided information, that also tells a lot about the people we have around us, our loved ones. At times you're forced to say so-called loved ones. They may unwittingly give out information that could hurt them. But in this case, if the guy truly gave out information, you cannot say it's really unwittingly. Being a member of the family, knowing that these two people are apart, have been separated, no matter what you feel for the guy, no matter how you feel, even if you feel that he was badly treated, for crying out loud, they are separated. You need not provide him unnecessary information, especially realizing, I'm sure from the discussion, you would have probably realized from his tune that he was still aggrieved and is capable of doing harm. So, like the story says, there is a level of conspiracy there, and we only wish that justice be served to whoever would have
the thing I find interesting is the fact that the woman's brother gave out the information to the ex-husband. Now, does that not go a long way to tell us probably the woman's character? Because first of all, what could she possibly have done to the husband? Why are they apart? And then why would her brother also give out information to someone who...
You see, it's like I mentioned that just some minutes ago, that no matter what the grievance is, against the lady, maybe by the brother, knowing that they have separated, maybe having an idea that the ex-husband could be violent. He has no justification, no moral justification to have provided information, knowing that it could be used. For crying out loud, this is their home. And if he's truly a biological brother, that means the nonagenarian parents are also his parents. Would he have wanted his 90-something years old parents to have died in such a gruesome way? So he is not justified that he provided the guy with information. Maybe he did it under the influence of alcohol. Just maybe, whatever it is, like I said, it shows that we have to be careful. Those around us, even our so-called loved ones, what information we make available to them, because you never can tell how they will use it. Obviously, in this case, now, if truly he was the one that diverted the information of, the guy said detailed whereabouts, or the news said he provided detailed whereabouts, probably he left out nothing new. When I mean, that's unfair to the lady.
Exactly, but one is also forced to think that he probably didn't do that to hurt the lady. It's just possible the ex-husband called and asked. Is it not possible that the ex-husband rather just called and then asked, and then he gave out that information, not knowing the intent of the intentions of the man?
Yes, it's possible he meant no harm, but again, that raises the question of the place of common sense. There should only be a limit to what information you give out, concerning a person, especially when you know the party asking the question or demanding the information has a grouse, has a bone to grind with the person. Come on, you can't just give out information to an ex-husband concerning an ex-wife. To what common sense should have prompted you to ask, what does he need this information for? Since they are separated, why does he need detailed information about the ex-wife? Any information he needed about her would just be to enable them maybe process or prosecute a legal. But since from what the lady said, I know that that has been done. If there was still any grounds, it would have still been to go back to the court or whatever system they used to dissolve the marriage, whether it's traditional means, but to provide information that would possibly lead to hurting the lady under whatever guise is a no.
But in a situation where this brother of hers, let's assume he pleads guilty, do you think he would be granted such in court? Especially if, just like I mentioned, if he comes out and says, okay, it was not my intention to give out this information to hurt my sister. I was only asked and then I gave out the information. Owing to the fact that this man has already stated that he's an accomplice or he is a part of the whole story, do you think he will be granted that this thing?
Well, I am not the court, and until the matter goes to the court and they decide whatever we do here will be an academic exercise. But if he, in the event he pleads guilty, he will be punished or set free according to what the law says. If he is found culpable of conspiracy to do harm in spite of pleading guilty, he probably has some price to pay, in spite of the fact that the person involved is the sister. You know, of course, there may be begging to tamper justice with clemency, but that may not completely exonerate him if it gets to the court.
So now this woman's house has been burnt to a large extent. I don't know if it's totally burnt down, but I know it has been burnt to a large extent. Her money,
there was an attempted murder, which is the top of the whole.
So even if this ex-husband is of course, he's going to serve jail terms and all of that. But what happens to the house and the money and everything that has gone? What do you think would be done? Is there a possibility of him repaying this woman this money? Or does he just go to court and then the woman continues suffering?
The thing is that, does he have the capacity to repay? And depending on what is brought before the court, the court cannot on its own just decide. Depending on if the case goes to court, what will be brought before the court. If the lady involved or the family are asking for a damage, the court look at it, they may probably grant that. So it all depends on what comes before the court. The court is not a busybody that will just decide that, oh, you have done this damage. So it depends on what they bring before the court. But definitely, if they ask for damage, there is a good chance, depending on who plead their case, that he may be asked to do some payment, but does he have the capacity to
Okay,
pay? I don't know.
this story now takes me back to a lot of things I get to see on social media. You see cases where a man, in some cases, helps a young lady, trains her in school, and oftentimes send them abroad. And then you see these people come back and then tell you they are no longer interested in the marriage. I don't know if that's the case of this man. They are no longer interested in the marriage. Maybe the girl is done with school. She tells you she has found somebody else just because you're not as learned as she is. She's no longer interested in the marriage. Or she has gone outside, traveled outside the country, and then she's back and then she thinks she now knows better and she's no longer interested in the marriage. What do you make of this story where people always, women do this? If you were the man in, let's assume that's the story of this man. If you were the man in this situation, what will you do?
Lick your wound and learn your lesson. You see, when you were doing the sponsoring, was there a stated agreement? If there was an agreement, then you can present the agreement as a legal tender. But if it was just a gentleman, like they say, in war and love, all is fair, you know. Before you embark on giving a scholarship to a lady, what was the contract? Was there a contractual agreement? If there was no contractual agreement, it was just based on romance. In my own thinking, if the love affairs go sour from either side, I mean, that's part of the sacrifice you have made in love. It could be hurtful. I don't pretend that it doesn't hurt, but I think people should learn how far they can go in a relationship, especially for, you know, just whatever you do in a romantic relation, just be sure you are ready to let it go.
Okay.
If things goes wrong, because I mean, no matter how aggrieved you are, you can only use the legal system and the legal means if such matter is justiciable. If it's not something that can be entertained by the court, there is really nothing you can do. And if you take laws into your hands, the offender will become, or the offended rather will become the offender. Yeah, you were offended, but I don't know, it's just not something anybody should find himself doing. Be in love all you want to do, but have your common sense with you, know how far you want to go. And I also believe that while sponsoring somebody in school, if you keep developing yourself while offering the scholarship, the chances of the person leaving you because you are no longer up to that status may not arise. But if you just remain where you are and keep pushing, then that person, and at times too, I mean, everybody wants to grow. At times I may not completely blame the person who says, oh, you are no longer in my you are no longer in the same class with me, but you should also remember that guy helped you to get to that class. So it's just a moral question that both parties need to weigh carefully before you delve into providing the scholarship, as I would want to.
Okay, thank you very much.